Okay, so the major complaint probably would be, when was the last time Brenton put up a video about radio? It's been a little bit slack, I know, and I've got a million excuses. So a bit of rubbish on there. It's alright, I'm just seeing something. So it's cobweb. Okay, I thought I cleaned that. Yeah, did a real good job of that. Alright, anyway, slowly but surely getting back into things, and look at that original mic as well. How's that? That's nice. I won't go into the long drawn out pathway that is called Brenton's life at the moment, but let me tell you, still working on the fact that nothing that's going to kill me, just going to sort of keep me a little bit preoccupied at times, but it's okay, we'll get there. Alright, let's get on to things that are more important. My last video was on grass and green grass, so this one hopefully will excite radio people a little more than my video on green grass on the dog kennels. I was pretty excited by the green grass, but I can imagine not everybody quite was. Okay, so HR2510. Honestly, one of those radios, a lot of people used to compare them. They either had the HTX 100 realistic, or the HR2510. I don't know why I was going to say HTX 200 then. Now I'm second guessing myself. I'm looking around the room thinking, what is the realistic again? I'm sure it's the 100. Anyway, correct me in the notes if I'm wrong, or I will. Sorry, I'll put something in there, and we'll sort that out. So I'm looking around the room here, and there's so many radios, and I'm just trying to think. Hang on, there's one. HTX 100. All right, I feel better now. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so HTX 100. So this was the realistic version of what the Uniden did over here in President, etc., etc. And the President HR2510, or I'm trying to think, we've got a boxed one of these as a Uniden 2510. I'm sure we've got a Uniden and a President. Now, let me check that and we'll have a look. Anyway, regardless, and if we have, this one's not going anywhere. This one actually is surprising. I hooked it up. I was actually hooking it up for a mate of mine. He's actually looking for one at the moment, and you know the rule in this place that if we've got an extra one and we've got one there and we don't have, a need for it, well, yeah, sure, it goes. I'm just not sure now. We may have a box labelled Uniden 2510. I could be on drugs there. I well could be, and I am on drugs at the moment. Come to think of it, that's half my problem. Not the drugs you're thinking of. Anyway, let's have a quick look at power output and see what these things do. 1, 2, 1, 2, hello, 1, 2. Okay, so we're on the 150 watt scale. Let me just turn that volume down because that'll drive you mental. Actually, just chuck it over to 15 watts. We should far and exceed 15 watts. Yes, okay, no problems there. 1, 2, hello, 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 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, hello, hello, hello. It's probably peaking. It realistically is probably peaking about 20 watts, which would be about right for one of these things. By the way, for ACMA, I am on 28,490. This is on dummy load at the moment anyway. I haven't even checked, to be honest, whether the obvious in the fact that these do transmit all around the place. Now, they had a lot of little interesting controls there. And by the way, I just realised something. We had the TX... Okay, that was really clever. Luckily it was in sideband. I just realised they have a TX button on this, so better example, if I put it into carrier. I always think buttons like this are dangerous for exactly what I was just doing. I was on sideband, had it in TX, and then of course I'm picking up the microphone, I'm going, hello 1, 2, pushing in the, and you actually on the Uniden mic, hello 1, oh hang on, hello 1, 2, you actually have to push the button in to get the mic insert to cut in. So it would have been sitting there in a transmit mode, but actually not putting out any power. It just would have been, unless the balance modulator was out and the sidebands weren't adjusted correctly, which might have given you a little bit of sort of power. But no, don't like TX switches on them, honestly, especially when you've got to push the mic button in anyway to get the insert to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, I'm just trying to cover up the fact that that I had the TX button in. Okay, so Also, they do have a mic gain button, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, if I have a look there, just want to see, take that off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, I'm just going to bring that back up a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, okay. A little bit of extra drive. Now, if I'm right, and I lose track of radios come in months ago, sometimes with me, and I don't get to them. I think this one here has been fully recapped, has been fully aligned, has been fully done, and I've got a feeling I even know who it came from. If it's the one I think it is, it'll probably have to stay with our collection because actually it's in really nice shape. It's a little mark on one of the buttons here I noticed, but minor. But apart from that, look really clean. So this might be one that we have both boxed radios and unboxed radios. To me, boxed radios are becoming the pain of my life in the fact that generally people presume it's an empty box when it's not. I've got hundreds of full boxes of radios, and generally I don't tend to pull them out. So you sort of really should ask the question, well, what good are they? Because, if you're trying to show someone a radio, much better to have something like this where I might not have the box and books for this, but I can certainly make up some bracket screws and chuck it on a shelf, in the display room and show it, which is much better. So I'm liking this one better than my boxed one. Anyway, for the person who's looking for one, and you know who you are, I will check the barn. There's probably another one sitting in there, but this one here I think is the one that's been totally recapped and done, so we'll probably keep for our own stock here just to put on the shelves. Anyway, so let's have a look at the receiver. Does the receiver work on these things? We've worked out that the transmitter works. I'm injecting obviously a lot of signal there. Let's just have a look. Let's take that right back down. So, oh, that's nice. If I can still hear that, geez, I can. That's at about 123, minus 123 dBm. That's, yeah. This one's been aligned and looked after, and yeah, that's obvious. Let me just take it right down to as far as I can get that. And as you'll see, my unit doesn't go any further than that. That dial stops there, that's it, end of story. That doesn't go any, oh sorry, yes it does, sorry. Wow. This could be getting down to minus 130 dBm. I can still hear that. It's amazing. All right, so this has a incredible receiver, which honestly levels some of the ham radio sets that I play with. Let me just let's go off a bit. Just want to see. So we're at about 50 microvolts there. So it's probably, if I've got the RF gain up, it's probably reading just a little under 50 microvolts. We'd like to see an S9, so it's, for a digital meter, let's be honest, there's sometimes a little bit average at best. So that's probably just reading a tad low. So how many, let's have a look. How many microvolts? Let me just put that there. I'll look through the camera, it's easier. Well, it's not far out. Yeah, oh no, it's needing a bit more. Oh no, to be fair, to get up to that S9. So the only thing I'd probably do is maybe just adjust that. Hang on, let's turn that off. So yeah, that's superb. That's an absolutely mind-blowing receiver on this thing. It really is. Just so you know, I checked 10 meters just before in the other room, as I was thinking we might do an on-air look at this one, and we'll be talking to ourselves. There's not much happening on 10, which is a pity, because earlier in the day I saw a number of videos people were putting up of 10 meters going crazy. Always the way. Okay, so the beep button. Let's just see. You've got me sort of thinking, is it like a Roger beep? I can't remember all these things. Let's turn this volume up. Let's have a look. Yep. They do have a Roger beep. I don't know. You can tell me whether you like that or not. The dimmer. Yeah, slight dim. That's lovely. Scan, we know what that does. Okay, the span on these things is for changing frequency faster, etc. So if we want to get from, say, 28 up to say 29 megs, etc., and we want to get up to say 29,600 fairly fast, we can do that. Obviously switch over to FM, and we're there. Now for that matter, let's just have a quick look, and let's put in our little frequency over here, RF. Oh, get out of here, why did I do that? Sorry. Oh, what am I doing here? So I'm just trying to see what I'm up to. Execute RF, yes, but I need to go that way. For some reason, why are you being a pain? If I put this in, I have to, you idiot. I know what I've done. Hang on 2 ticks, I'll fix this. Jeez, I'm going well here today. Okay, I had it. They have like a memory mode, and I sort of zapped it into memory mode, which was really clever. So we'll go to 29,600, enter. We want FM this time. Let's turn our generator lock off, so we've actually got a fixed frequency. And let's just turn some volume up, yes. So ideally, 1212121212. 29.6. That's an interesting one. So why, unless I didn't enter, just check that. All right, we're good there. Then we just see if we can pump a signal into it. Yeah, well, that's definitely not receiving on 29.6. That's got me a little interested. Why are you being a pain? Okay. I'll take frequency lock off. Just wondering. It's out a little bit. No, it's not out a little bit. It's almost like it's not locking up on 29.6, so that I might have to have a little look at. Let's just see. I'll be curious though as to where it is transmitting at, because that would be, well, actually, no, it's not transmitting there. Alright, where are you? Oh, I have to put a frequency counter on this and have a little look, but wherever it's transmitting, it is not transmitting on 29.6 there for some silly reason, which may be someone's idea of a mod or something that they're doing. Just let me check for any little modifications here. Back in a tick. Okay, I haven't put a frequency counter into it yet because I thought I'll just be lazy. But what I did do is I just brought the spectrum analyzer out and have a look at that. There it is. It's down in frequency down there somewhere. I'll just have to head on down and just find out what frequency that is on. And the only thing I can think of here that would make sense, that would be fairly obvious, is that we've got a split function in place on the transmit, but unless they've modded one of these switches to be a split, well, we know that's transmit, that's fair enough. We know the dim works, we know the beep works. We're out. I couldn't see any other switches anywhere that, unless they've modified a noise blanket or something to be a 100 kc. Alright, but that's what it looks like at the moment, is that it actually on FM 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, and sideband. You can see on sideband it's down quite a bit from the middle there. So the middle being its frequency that it's on. So it is definitely doing something a little bit strange there. I'm just going to have a little look and see. See, even the auto scorch will just be that, just an auto scorch 1, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay. Can't answer that at the moment, but it looks like it's dropping down as a repeater split at the moment. That it's dropping down. So even that would only be 100 kc though. It's alright, I'm just thinking out loud here. So what would happen is, let's say we were on 620, we wanted to do a repeater split. That would be transmitting down to 520, so no, there's something a bit sort of strange going on here, so we'll have to have a bit of a look and just see what's going on there. But working perfectly up on 20, down on 28 megs. I would almost put money on the fact, let me check something out here. I'm just going to go open with this as far as ACMA see it. Well, we're on dummy load, so we're okay. Hang on. Okay, so in the interest of just honesty, and I know what's going on here, what we've got is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so someone's modded this to obviously work on 27 megs, which is not unusual on these radios. The problem can be that if they're trying to mod them to the extreme, getting the VCO to lock over the complete area. So, wrong one. So I'll just have a look at just how far down they've gone. Yeah, see, these are going to go down, and I just want to see how far they've got this going to. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So at the moment, if I dial up 26195 here, I would just about put money that this will work down here. And what's happened is, it's a choice. It's in memory again, isn't it? Right, that's better. 26 decimal, what did we say? 19. Oh, I'm gonna have a look at 195. Okay, so 195, and I betcha. And we have a bit of a look there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, look at that, working perfectly there. Oh, not that you're going to hear me on FM. Hang on. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'll lock it for the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so what someone's done here is they've made a choice. They've said, I don't use 29 megs, but for some reason I do use 26.195 or lower. 26, how low does it go? There we go. So 26005, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, still transmitting down there. Your problem with that is that, yes, I see personally, I would say if you were going to do that, lose part of 26 megs, keep your 29 megs. But that's because I'm a 29 meg FM guy. I love 29 megs FM. So all right, each their own. This radio here, obviously, legally has some issues from the respect of what ACMA want these days. I won't get into a long discussion on that, but it's just clear at the moment that I'm on a dummy load into an IFR 1200S, and we are not doing anything sort of too illegal. But, and I do have an experimental license for that purpose. So I'm just clarifying that because there are some very interesting discussions going on at the moment as to type approval, what meets, what doesn't, etc., etc. So let's not even go there for the moment, because let's let ACMA clear all that up, as to what they want, and then everyone will try to comply. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back up. I should have went the other way, would have been a lot faster, but I'm just going to take it back up to 28490 again. Now, the operation of it on 28490, as far as I'm concerned, is certainly a-okay. The use on 27355, yeah, sure, ACMA are going to have a problem. Can you, as an amateur, have this radio to use on 28490? That is the grey area right now that we're all trying to get maybe a little bit of clarification on. Personally, I think yes. ACMA will probably say no, because they'll say that it's capable of transmitting below its designated amateur bands. Don't know. Hard one. Very hard one. Anyway, that's the HR2510. That's the explanation. We've gone through a little bit of a in-depth look at just why it's having a bit of trouble locking where it should be up on 29.6. There will be a point where this will be totally accurate, and then bang, it'll suddenly go, hang on, that doesn't look right. And to my mind, that's going to be about 29.1, 29.2 at the moment. Just having a quick look at what that what was happening up on here on the graph on the display. Great little radios, they really are. If you're going to use it for CB or CB and 10 meters, that's your problem, is that you're going to find it's going to cut short trying to get, without modifying the VCO, which I've never tried to do. I'm no expert on modifying radios to 27 megs, but my preference at any stage would, and this is why I'm going to need to go inside this thing, is to have it working right up to 29.6. And the only mod I'd like to see is the minus 100 KC mod, so that you can actually hook into the repeaters quite easily. I've previously seen the dimmer button disengaged, and basically that becomes your 100 hertz drop. This still looks to be a dimmer here, because that's not an overly huge dim though, gotta say. Anyway, that would be the button that we'd modify to make 100 KC down for 10 meters on FM. Apart from that, just last little things, they do have CW if you want, they do have AM if you want. Obviously upper and FM would be the two modes that get used on 10 meters. Definitely nice radios, good output. Clean example. Look, it's nice, it's very nice. And you know who you are that sold it to me, thank you. Look, it's nice, it's very nice, gotta say. Sorry that it took all this time to even get a look at it. It was up there with Andy for a long time, I think. Thank you again to Andy VK2VOO, who just got his full call. Congrats. who brought down so much gear, including all the Collins rack and all the so much. Anyway, when you've got to bring a trailer down as well as all the radios and all the stuff, and you're packed in every area of the car, it makes you a pretty good mate. Anyway, much appreciated. All right, 73s, VK3 Charlie Mike, JDW229. Nice HR2510. I'll come back to you whether or not what's in the box in the other one. It's probably a President. It'll be a President. I don't think they ever made a unit in HR2510. But my brain just, I don't know, just something. It could be the drugs. Let's go back to the drugs. Cheers all the best.